Okay, welcome America, welcome Taylor Swift we are recording today in Studio 212. And today we are going to be quickly reviewing special right triangles from geometry, just so we have a quick little review before we have to learn the unit circle, which is based on special right triangles. And we haven't seen that for 2 years from geometry. So we'll go ahead. These are actually notes from geometry. We're just going to do a couple. We might not do all the problems, just so I can keep this video short. The relationship in a right triangle, if you have, it's called a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Okay, so the sum of all the interior angles in any triangle adds up to 180 degrees. There are two special types of right triangles where we can automatically know the relationships between the lengths of the sides. So Pythagorean Theorem is used when we have a right triangle and we know the lengths of two sides and we're asked to find the length of a third side. Special right triangles, we can use basically a shortcut to help us get the length of the side automatically quickly. We don't have to use Pythagorean Theorem to find the length of the side. So in a 45, 45, 90 triangle, this is 90 degrees. The lengths of these sides are 4. We know it's a 45, 45, 90, even though they didn't tell us, because these sides are the same length. Which from the base angle theorem from geometry, and I know none of you remember it, it's fine. That means the sides, the angles opposite those sides are also the same, which means they have to each be 45 degrees, because 45 plus 45 plus 90 adds up to 180. Are you with me? Okay, so the relationship that you just have to memorize between the length of the leg, and these legs are the same, and the hypotenuse is across from the right angle, is just times the square root of 2. So in this case, this is 4 square root of 2. Done. Now yes, you could use Pythagorean Theorem and go through 4 squared plus 4 squared and figure that all out. You're still going to get the same answer. Shortcut. All right, this one, you have to work backwards. If you are going from the length of the leg to a hypotenuse and you are multiplying by the square root of 2, to go from the hypotenuse to the length of the leg, you're going to be dividing by 2. So here we would do 10 divided by the square root of 2. We have to rationalize that. To rationalize a denominator, you multiply by a special 1. In this case, it's root 2 over root 2. That's a 1. The value of that is a 1. But now when I multiply across, 10 times root 2 is just 10 root 2 over root 2 times root 2 is 2. Is everyone comfortable with that? Root 2 times root 2 is 2, because square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4, and square root of 4 is just 2. So that's just 2. Then 2 goes into 10 5 times. So that's 5 root 2. So x is 5 root 2. And we know this is a 45, 45, 90 because the lengths of those legs are the same. How am I doing? Good? I know it's quick, but we have seen this before. Okay. So I just got a face from one kid that was like, I was like, how am I doing? He's like, this is super fun. It was like, this is a super fun face. Okay. So this one's actually not too bad. These lengths are the same. If I take 8 root 2 and divide by root 2, 8 root 2, and divide by root 2, those are going to cancel. So I just have 8. X equals 8. This one, 5 root 3, is that rain? Yep. Ugh, yuck. It was raining all last night, all this morning. It's still raining. America, Tay-Tay, what are we gonna do about this? I'm sick of rain. I'm sick of it. I don't want to walk my dog in the rain. The worst. All right, do you guys know how to remember to multiply root 3 times root 2? That's root 6. So this is 5 root 6. And that's the 45, 45, 90 triangle, and that's the easiest special right triangle. Can I move to 30, 60, 90? The other special type of right triangle is a 30, 60, 90 triangle, where there is a short leg, a long leg, and a hypotenuse. So it's just one extra step. Erasing? Can I erase? Good? Okay. 30, 60, 90. Send that to me so I can put it on my story. I need content. Okay, so we can tell where the short leg, the long leg, and the hypotenuse are. Well, we know where the hypotenuse is because it's across from the right angle, but the short leg is always across from the smallest side. That's another thing we learned in geometry. Here's the smallest angle, so the shortest side is across from it. This is the short side. 60 degrees, this makes the side across from it the long side. And then this, of course, is the hypotenuse. So we're not gonna do any of that. We're gonna go straight to here, okay? So the first thing we have to identify is, where is the short leg? The relationship between the short leg, all the other lengths revolve around the length of the short leg. You gotta find the short leg first if it's not given to you. In problem number 2, it's given to you. You can tell 5 is the short leg because it's across from the 30 degrees. So you can also tell that X is the long leg because it's across from the other angle, and Y is across from the right angle, so that's the hypotenuse. So 5 times the square root of 3 gives you the length of the long leg. So X is just 5 root 3. And the hypotenuse is the short leg times 2. And not root 2 like the last 45, 45, 90 triangle, an actual 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. So it's easy when you're given the short leg because you just either multiply by root 3 or times 2 and you're done. However, sometimes they don't give you the short leg. Like in number 3, they give you the long leg. So to go, in this problem, to go from the short leg to the long leg, we multiply by the square root of 3. So to go from the long leg to the short leg, we're gonna have to divide by the square root of 3. Is everybody with me? No. Okay, so 5 times the square root of 3 gives me 5 root 3. Right? To go from 5 root 3, if I was trying to find the length of this short leg, I would then divide by the square root of 3 and get 5. 5 root 3 divided by root 3, and then I get 5. That's what's happening here. We're dividing by root 3, and we're getting x is 3. Because that's the short leg. So x equals 3. And then y is the hypotenuse. And now we have the short leg. We can just multiply it by 2, and we get 6. How is this? I think the hardest problems are when you're given the long leg. In number 4, we're given the hypotenuse. We can tell that because it's across from the right angle. So we can get the short leg pretty quickly. We just divide it by 2. The short leg is across from 30 degrees. So that means 10 divided by 2 gives me a short leg. So the short leg is 5, which means the long leg is 5 root 3. Last one. Good? Okay, last one. Here's our 30 degrees, so we know that 2 root 5 is the short side. So I can multiply that by root 3. So what's 2 root 5 times root 3? That's going to be 2 root 15. So that's y. 2 root 15. And then x is the hypotenuse. Oh, gosh, this board is so sensitive. Okay, so 2 root 5 times 2. So that will be 4 root 5. I hope you guys are checking my work, and if I make a mistake, tell me. Right? This is the short side times root 3, 2 root 15. And then we can't simplify that because 15 does have factors, but it doesn't have any perfect square factors, so we just leave it. And then the hypotenuse is the short leg times 2, so that's 4 root 5. Dean? Okay. All right, that's it.